Another day, another roundup of guys who do not fit the perfect mainstream fashion mold. In this video, I got 5 guys for you that I have found on Instagram that are more of a modest stature. We're talking 5'6" and below, all with dope style. Let's get into it.
Ooh, I'm a pretty man. Ooh, that's that ugly style.
Now, if you are new to this series, this is the 3rd video in this installment, okay? I already did bigger guys, I already did bald guys, so if you haven't seen those videos, I will link them down below for you. And any guy in this video that inspires you, make sure you check out their Instagrams. That will all be linked down below for you to check out. First up on this list, coming in at a height of 5'5", is Dressed Like A. Now, this guy's more of a dapper dude overall, but when he dresses down, he also knows how to keep his overall dapper appeal. And I love the fact that he can kind of play with both, but still maintain his core at really being a dressed up guy. And what I really love about this guy is he has a really great eye for proportions for his comfort zone. As you see, he doesn't really wear too slim of pants, he doesn't really go skinny, but they're also not billowy and baggy either. They're somewhere in the middle. His breaks are always at the right place, meaning that his pants aren't too long or too short. They're always at the perfect length, so that means he's also getting those tailored. A common issue a lot of my shorter guys face is that if they find a shirt that fits their shoulders, oftentimes it's just way too long. And the one thing that this guy does is tucks all of his shirts. That's one less thing you have to pay to get tailored. You save a little money and you have a cleaner overall look. Next on this list, standing at a modest 5'6", is Joelle. He's actually a really good friend of mine from London, and one thing you notice about his style is that he doesn't really have any one style locked in. He kind of breaks all the fashion rules for guys that really make things easy on us. He doesn't have a color palette that he sticks to. He wears every color. He doesn't just wear casual. He'll go with a full suit. He doesn't only wear slim clothes. He'll switch it up and do loose clothes. I think he and I have a very common style in the way that we're both smart casual. However, he's a lot more avant-garde, meaning that he's a little bit more artsy. And that's because he's an insider, he's a retailer, he's a business owner in London, which means he has to stay ahead of the trends in order to keep his boutiques that he owns current, period. So if you want to be ahead of your game, you want to kind of see something that might be a little bit more edgy, even if it's not your style, he's really one of the sources of inspiration that I use. And I'm not even a shorter guy, but it doesn't matter. He's just like a really well-dressed dude. The next guy on this list you probably already know. He has over 100K here on YouTube, and he goes by the Modest Man. He's 5'6", a slimmer build, and his fashion sense is overall minimal, no branding, high quality, and good fit. I love the fact that he can layer, he can put on boots and jeans, he can do casual looks with shorts, and his fits are always on point. Nothing's too loose, nothing's too tight, and everything's very like normcore, I would say, like hardcore, normal, minimal clothing. And the color palette is one of the biggest things that stands out to me. I love the fact that he can put on different colors, he mutes the tones down, so he can basically mix and match anything he wants to. I feel like the measure of a well-dressed guy is how much you can mix and match and be efficient with how you dress. And I feel like this guy definitely does that. Judging from his Instagram, again, I'm not as familiar with his work. You guys suggested this dude, I saw his stuff, he's dope, and he fits the category of shorter guys you should definitely check out. Now, before I finish up this list, in case you haven't noticed, on this channel, I'm all about inclusive men's fashion. Now, I give every guy, every type of guy, the type of tools they need to be more confident, to be themselves, to really maximize how they present themselves. On the other side of my channel, I do that same thing for you, but online. So how to be better on social media, how to take better outfit photos, all that good stuff. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and every time I drop a video, you'll be notified. The next guy on this list is my good friend Jose, and he goes by Rule of Thumbs on Instagram. Now, he told me he was 5'5" when I asked him, but I'm thinking more like 5'4". But if you've ever been around this guy, he has a large stature, a strong personality, and he's very well dressed, as you can see. And he's the kind of guy who likes to wear his clothes a lot more snug, a lot more slim, but it kind of fits him well. I think when he crops his pants, when he rolls up those sleeves, it just gives his arms and his legs a little bit more length, so he looks taller. And you notice he also shoots all of his shots at a lower angle for the most part. So he looks taller, he looks more elongated, he looks more major because the camera is lower. So if you want to see inspiration on how to take photos, how to make sure you're always current, and you want somebody who posts very consistently, it's probably one of the things that makes him stand out much more on this list. You're gonna find a lot more inspiration from him than a lot of guys on this list because of his posting frequency. If you're around 5'5", really 5'4", this is a guy you want to check out to at least grab inspiration from and make it your own. Now, last but not least on this list, standing at 5'6", is XJMitch. And the way I would describe this guy's style is really pushing the boundaries of dapperdom or being dressed up, but in a way that feels almost effortless. Like he has overall classic and vintage appeal, almost like the photos you're looking at are for like a different era. I don't know how he has this translate well, but he does a really good job of it. I feel like two of his staple pieces are his brimmed hats and his leather sole shoes. He always has a really dope hat on and some dope like loafers or bros or something like that. But obviously he can throw on some sneakers as well. He's really great at color blocking. He can pull off loud colors. It's a confidence play. He understands his cuts. He understands his fit. So if you want to check out a guy that kind of takes risks, but is overall classic, a little bit more dapper, but I would say has a traditional manly appeal and like a sprinkle of like editorialness to the page in general, this is the guy you want to check out. He inspires me a lot. That's why I saved him for the very last, dude. And that's all I got for you. So the question I have for you is, what is the guy on this list that kind of fits your style the most? I would love to know. Leave it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give your guy a thumbs up. Any other categories of guys I should touch on, leave it down in the comments. And if you haven't subbed to this channel yet, make that happen. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on the next one.